My name's Nicola Streeten. I'm a graphic novelist and I'm going to tell you about what happened to me. My story is actually John's story, who's behind the camera as well. We lost our 2-year-old son in 1995. He was diagnosed 10 days before he died with 3 congenital heart deformities, and there had been the symptoms of what he was suffering from had started when he was about 1 year old, and they had been symptoms of coughs and colds and pneumonia, and so the idea was from the doctors was that it was probably some type of asthma he was suffering from. And then at the Royal Brompton Hospital in London 10 days before he died, they diagnosed the cardiac problem and decided that the only option really to give him life would be to operate. So it was a long operation, and the operation was actually successful to correct the deformities, but he died the next day in intensive care. At the time Billy died, John and I were thrown completely into shock because we had to digest the diagnosis as well as the death. And John is an artist, and I had made art before Billy was born and had stopped to focus on parenting really, and so I returned to drawing too, and that was one of the things we both did, really spent a lot of time drawing. And the other thing was the talking cure. We reached out to groups of other parents who'd suffered bereavement and spoke to them, and we also both saw therapists jointly and individually. And one of the things that came from my own person, we also wrote all the time journals of every details of things that happened to us, everything people said to us, everything we did. And 13 years on, I actually translated my journals and my drawing skills that had developed over that time into a graphic novel about the process, the time after Billy dying, and it's called Billy, Me and You, a memoir of grief and recovery, but it's a comic book format, so it's quite subverting it's quite surprising for a subject matter of such seriousness. I think the most important thing that John and myself learnt was it's not something that you will or even would want to get over. It's not something that you recover from. It will form the rest of your life, this experience, and that can become something good, but also not to hurry it, that grief takes a long time to go through the different processes.